everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for your support so far. I really do appreciate it. Although I've only reached like 50 odd people in terms of views, but that means there's 50 people who have gone out and actively want to improve their lives. They've said, hey, there's room for improvement in either your health, wealth, knowledge, or your relationships, and you have made the first step, and that is the biggest part. But now we need to continue with it. What's holding us back? What's usually stopping us? I know for me, this thing that stops me from continuing is my own excuses, my own procrastination. It's myself. So this episode seems fitting that I'm going to discuss taking ownership, excuses, procrastination, how to break them, how successful people have broken them, and what I'm really missing. So we'll jump into the first episode. But before we do, I really would like to discuss a comment that was put in my video from last week. It is from a good friend of mine, Alex White. And basically what he said is that he tries to live his life by this video, and I'll put it in the description. I recommend that you take the 2 minutes to go and watch it. You may have seen it already, but it comes back to, spend the 10 minutes on yourself. Watch this video, watch a few more. And if you can't spend that time on yourself, then hell, just watch this video. But what it basically says is that the crazy people who believe they can change the world are usually the ones who do. I want to back this up with another quote from Confucius that says, a man believes he can do something, another man believes he can't, both of them are correct. And this goes back to show that this train of thought has really been going on for a long time among this most successful minds, Steve Jobs, Confucius, Will Smith as well, all believe that when you put your mind to it, when you believe it, you are the one that is able to do it. So you set your goals and work realistically towards it. But let's not talk about that too much. Let's jump into what this episode's about. First of all, I wanted to know, I've had some issues with excuses over the past week. It is really hard to break these bad habits, but it's often really simple. If you think about, say, I need to be studying, you procrastinate, and you say, I don't want to study. How do we break this procrastination? Easy, study. It is always so simple to get rid of these excuses and stop this procrastination, but it's often the hardest thing to do. So how do successful people break this? They're human. There's no reason why they just don't they don't have excuses. But what they do comes from their active, approach to life every single day. Say for me, over this next 2 weeks, I should be studying. If I study twice and procrastinate twice, then I've got a 100% chance of procrastinating. But what a successful person does is they will study for 10 days and they'll procrastinate 2 or 3 or 4 times. But as you can see, by putting effort in every day and knowing that it's a progressive thing to get to your goal, in this case getting good marks, is that by doing this and putting the effort in, they end up procrastinating less ultimately. And that's the big thing that I have discovered by looking into this, is that day-to-day action, that's the difference between a successful person and someone who is always procrastinating and always has excuses. The next thing I wanted to see is actually, why do we have these excuses? What is it about, why do we have it? That's what I wanted to know. And it comes back to fear and our brain, telling us to avoid a situation. Our brain is in survival mode for the past millions and millions of years, thousands, however long. We've been in survival mode to say that if there's a situation that is dangerous, makes us feel awkward, nervous, or any of these things, it will say, get off here. So you think of things like stage fright, jumping out of a plane, off a bridge, anything. Your brain says, no, not doing it. And what we need to do is really break this mentality and this brain thing, But yeah, you can't break your brain. What are you going to do? You have to live with it. And a way that I've seen someone do this is that she said, it was in a TED talk, and what she said was that she has a 5-second rule where if she has a decision, so say an alarm goes off in the morning, and she goes, I'm waking up at 6 a.m. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. Alarm goes off. She gives herself 5 seconds to get up. Otherwise, her brain will take over. And this is actually something that I'm trying. It seems to be like a good approach. Yeah, it makes sense that, our brain says, no, just go back to sleep. But no, I'm taking this approach, and it actually feels really good, because the reason it's feeling a lot better for me is I'm tying it into writing stuff down and setting goals that are easily achievable. Last night before I went to bed, I wrote down, wake up at 9 o'clock using the 5-second method. As soon as I snapped open from that alarm, I started counting 5, and I'm like, let's do it. Let's just get up. We got up. Felt awesome just from getting up. Just so you can see, by setting these goals down, you've broken the excuse, you've changed your mentality, and you just feel you feel awesome just off bat. Another thing about fear, which I find really interesting, and just try and follow me here. It's a bit of a muddle of words, but the maximum point of fear is the minimum point of danger, and the minimum point of fear is the maximum point of danger. So they swap around, and this makes a lot of sense. So say if you say, let's go bungee jumping, and you go, no, I'm afraid of heights, I can't do it, I'm not doing it, because your brain's telling you, no, I'm afraid of that, I'm afraid of this, I'm not doing it. But you're actually in no danger at that time. It's all this build up. And then when you think about it, when you jump off the bridge, you are in the maximum danger. You're off the bridge, you're free falling, baby. But because you have this high emotion, this raw emotion, you are just living it and you owning it. And on this, actually, I meant to lead in this direction on purpose. This is where I had a key breakthrough in my own life over the past week, and I really want to share it with everyone. Is that I was on the bus. Basically what happened, I was on the bus, everyone's humanity was gone. They didn't offer this elderly people their seat, and then one person did, and I took all my strength to take her aside pretty well and say, good job what you did, thank you very much. And I was going to share this, story on the channel, which I am apparently still, but I thought to myself, let's do this on Facebook Live. You know, you believe in it, you want to be able to talk to people, so let's go and do it. And I was absolutely terrified. Hands were shaking, mom's spaghetti, red face and all this stuff. And I'm like, no, but I don't. And that 5 second, I guess it was the 5 second rule. I was like, do the video, don't do it. And I said, no, let's do it. Let's not. We're loving it, we're passionate. And I hit that live button and I started talking. And because I was so passionate and so into it, I absolutely owned it. And that's why I'm encouraging you guys to really do the same thing, is that, you know, we need to break through these excuses, break through all these fears, and really work towards our goal. If we want to grow as people, these are things we're going to have to do. There's something else I wanted to... yes, that's right. I want to talk about taking ownership of it. And this comes back to the whole excuses thing, and you know, if you have a goal and you're not achieving it, say for me, I want to be able to talk in front of 10,000 odd people. That would be absolutely amazing. I want to be able to talk about this stuff and not stuff up at all. I have a long way to go. And to start off, so for the channel, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't know enough about it. I don't know enough about, you know, psychology and wealth and health and knowledge and relationships. You know, I've got my tight group. I don't know how to bring extra people in. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it because of that. What? Are you serious? When I think about it now, I'm like, what the... Honestly, like, my excuse was I didn't know how to do it. And like, you learn by doing. So I'm encouraging you guys, if you have something you want to do, just start it. What's the worst thing that could happen? Here I am now. I've had this breakthrough last week that's made me grow and realize that this is absolutely awesome. I've spoken to my partner about it, and she's all for this growth that I'm having. There's nothing bad that could come from it. And if there are people who don't agree with it and think, what are you doing? This is what I've all come to realize. If there's people like that with this negative attitude towards you, then what are they actually doing? You know, I spoke at the very start of the video that my friends are commenting on my own videos, but that shows that in my relationship factor, I've got people who are caring and who are joining in and giving me stuff to talk about. So thank you so much again, guys. But I'm leaving you with this at the end. What have we touched on? We've touched on excuses. The difference between successful people and, you know, like myself, is that they take more action, so therefore they end up procrastinating less as a whole, like as a percentage type thing. We've talked about fears. Fears, you know, you're more afraid in a safe position than you would be if you were jumping off a bridge and like tied to it. So living in it and living with this like emotion and having something that you're passionate about, when you're doing something passionate, you're going to do it and the fear is going to go out of it. So I like to announce actually at the end of this video is that in good spirit of this, I'm going skydiving. My mum gave me this as a birthday present like 3 years ago, and what are my excuses for doing it? I don't know, I'm saving money. It's a gift, go and do it. So I am going doing it. I've set it in concrete. I gave myself the 5 seconds and said, no. I'm like, yeah, mum, we're going skydiving. Get Paul, get Lucy, we're going. That's what I'm challenging you guys to do. Give yourself a rule. What rule? What do you do? How do you guys stop your excuses and procrastination? Is there anything that, you know, you're looking to try and break through that maybe I could help you with? I always read all my comments. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Sorry this one went a bit over time, but I had so much to talk about. If I've missed anything, I'll put it down in the description. I'll catch you in the next video. Have an awesome, awesome week. See you guys.